welcome back to my channel. My name is Charity and you're watching Booked on Charity. So in today's video I am going to be sharing with you the books that I would like to read in the month of May. It is currently the 2nd of May today, and I've already started reading one of the books because I was in the mood for it. So yeah, I've got 3 stacks around me. Obviously I'm sitting on my bed because I want it to be comfortable. First, I've got my Carryovers, which is books that I started in previous months and I would like to complete because I'm trying to get to a point where I no longer have 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 books that I've started and I'm not getting anywhere in terms of finishing them because I tend to go look for something else when I'm in a different mood. And then I've got my must reads for the month. Lucky for me, that's just only 2 books. I'm actually trying to reduce that going forward. April was actually a good reading month for me because I did not have any obligations whatsoever and I read literally only the books that I wanted to read, and that relieved a lot of pressure from me and I could enjoy my books at my own time and my own leisure. So I've got that, and then I've got my nice to have stack, which includes 8 books, and these 8 books were selected randomly by a random number generator because I a couple of days ago went through my bookshelf to again make a list of all the physical books that I have. So I've got a physical TBR that I listed on my phone, and I think I had 137 books, and I used a random number generator to select I believe all of these books, not all of them, most of them. Others I added because I would like to get to them. So let me quickly get into this video because I'm seeing now my battery is like 2 bars down, which means I don't have a lot of time. Okay, so my carryovers include Pina Jones and the Illustrated City. If you've been on this channel for a while, you know I put this book on my TBR every single month for the last 3 or 4 months, but I never get the chance to actually read it. So I hope that this month will be the month that I actually finish it. Take a Hint, Dani Brown by Talia Hibbert. I started this last month during our reading sprints, but it was taking too long for me for a romance book. I got to page 120 and there wasn't a lot of smut to go for. There was a lot of banter in the book, but that was about it, and I wasn't in the mood anymore. I was in the mood for some high stakes, high fantasy passion type book. I got Skin of the Sea by Natasha Bowen. This is also a book that I started a couple of months ago. I read chapter 1, but I don't think I was entirely in the mood for it, and I put it down because I want to give it the time and attention it deserves. And then lastly, on my carryovers, I've got Black Cake, also a book that I started for a buddy read, and then I stopped on page 115. I got upset at one of the characters and I was just not in the mood anymore to continue with it. So I hope that I will find the time to pick this book up and finish it. Okay, and then in my must reads, what did I call it? Yes, in my sorry, I'm looking at my journal. In my must reads, I've got Dear Centuran, a Black Spirit memoir by Akweki Emezi. This is a buddy read for the month of May. I actually started listening to this on audiobook and it's so good. It is so good. I listened to it because I was looking for an audiobook to listen to, and I don't know, I wasn't really feeling like I was in the mood for anything, so I started listening to this and it was so good that I stopped myself. I'm like, okay, I need to read with the actual book because I need to tab the book because there's a lot of quotable moments in this book. It already feels like a 5-star read for me. I don't know how far I got because I listened to it solely on audio, but yeah, it's written very well. It is a little bit heavy. There is talks of suicide in here and self-harm, so beware going into the book, but I must tell you it is absolutely amazing and I'm not even halfway through. The next must read is Lessons in Husbandry. This is a book that I actually need to prioritize this week because I've got a book. This is for a book club pick and we've got the meeting this Saturday. Today is Monday, so I've got like 4 more days to read. In my head I'm telling myself that I'll read through it quickly, but honestly I have no idea because I've been struggling to get time to read lately. Okay, so for my nice to haves, first I've got The Girl Who Chased Otters, and this is by Sally Patridge. This is a middle grade book. I tried to I'm trying to up my reading numbers, even though I'm already like I think 6 books ahead in terms of my reading goals for the year. I still want to try and up my numbers and see how far I can get, and I'm using middle grade books or YA easy reads to do that. But if I have the time to pick up the books, then that will be great. So I've got this one. I've got Bantu Knots by Lebo Mazibugo. This is a book that I believe was selected by the random number generator that I did. I did do a screen record. I'm not sure if I'm gonna add it. I think I'm a little lazy to now go check which books were selected, but if the books were selected during that random number generator, I will add the screen record over here. But this is Bantu Knots. And then another selection was The Secret Lives of Babasagi's Wives by Lola Shoneyin. This is also like a short read. It's like 260 odd pages. It's by a Nigerian author, I believe. And from the title, it sounds like it's a lot of family drama that I feel like I'm slowly getting back into the mood of, because I was really in the mood for fantasy for like a long time, and I think I've gotten my fill. And after the current book that I'm reading, I can jump into other genres again until I have to go back into fantasy. The next book I got is The Revelry, and this is by Catherine Weber. I started this book a couple of days ago, kind of like to sample it, and I think I got to like page 12 or something. It reads really well, it reads fast, so as soon as I'm done with other books I will quickly jump into this one. I've got Ninth House by Lee Bardugo. It's also been on my list for a very long time. I think I might leave this one for maybe the last week of the month because I do want to read it, but it looks like it might take a while. It is a little thick. It's like 450 pages, and the font is kind of tiny, so it will take quite a bit to read. And I have a feeling that I have a feeling like I'm gonna enjoy it, but I really want to love it. I really want to give it a 5 stars. So I'm also a little bit threatened by the book, because what if I don't really like it as much? But yeah, I really want to pick up this one. And then I've got A Court of Wings and Ruin by Sarah J Maas, which is a book that I'm actually currently reading and absolutely enjoying. I'm currently now on page 225. What also delayed me a little bit is I started this book via audio last month, and then I got just past the point where I am now. Maybe I got to like page, I don't know, 300 or so, but it was getting so good and so intense, and they were making references to things that happened in A Court of Mist and Fury, and I read that a couple of months ago, and I had forgotten some of the details, and I couldn't do that to myself and continue with the book. So I stopped reading A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I started A Court of Mist and Fury again so that I can get that information back. And that was the best thing I did for myself, because first of all, reading the book the second time around, you're picking up details that you did not pick up the first time. And number two, I really got to appreciate Sarah J. Maas's way of writing. When you read the book for the first time, there's certain things that she mentions or information that she throws at you that you might overlook because you don't think it's important. But when you know what comes 200 pages later, if you don't remember that piece of information, you don't see the importance. But when you do remember it, you're like, wow, this was actually really smart, because she leaves you with no questions to ask. You know, sometimes you read a book and you're like, but logically it doesn't make sense. What about this? What about this? She covers all those aspects, and all the little information she gives you is all connected. It all fits into a bigger story, a bigger plot. So I'm a fan. I stand for Sarah J. Maas. She is one of my favorite fantasy writers, and the way she writes smut, oh my gosh, you cannot read her smut books without having a reaction. Like, no, she's really good. I'm really enjoying this book. So this is what I'm currently reading, and yeah, I feel like I have to start other books, but I really want to continue reading this one because it's really good, and I feel like it will take me probably another 2 days or so. I am listening to the audiobook as well, which is really good, and every time I'm driving, I'm listening to the audiobook. When I'm at the office, I listen to the audiobook, so it really helps me get through the book very quickly. I've spoken a lot now about this book, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And then I've got Anonymous 6, and this is written by 27 authors with 27 stories, all short stories, and no names are attached to those short stories. So the authors are listed for you in the beginning, but you don't know which author wrote which story. And this book was edited by Hilary Jordan and Sharon Lou Leon Tan. This cover, absolutely amazing, absolutely beautiful. I love it. I really want to start getting into this book, and I feel like I wanna, like, somebody actually at the bookshop today said to me, maybe you should read a story a day, and I think actually I want to do that. I'm trying to see, the stories are not that long. They're actually not that long, so I could do a story a day, and by the end of the month I will be done with it. So yeah, really looking forward to this one. And the final book I have is The 100 Years of Lenny and Margo. I've had this book on my TBR for so long, my goodness. I even have a bookmark here. I've had it for so long, and I've been like really interested in reading it, but I haven't had the chance. So we'll see. I honestly don't know if I'll have a chance to read it this month either, but we'll have to see. But yeah, that's it for this month's TBR. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video. Let me know if you are reading any of these books, or if you have already read them, what your thoughts were, if you enjoyed them, if you did not. And yeah, remember to subscribe to my channel down below, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.